it's never too early to bring in our next guest, courtesy of Angel Soft. None other than Julian Edelman. How are you, Julian? What's up, Jules?
I'm good. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. Look at you in that massive chair. This is very, very nice that you're set up.
It's we like comfort here at Angel Soft. See little Angel the baby.
Is that okay? Very good. I see. Is that chair made of Angel Soft, Julian?
No, but if it was, it'd be 10 times better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Edelman. What a pitch, man. You are just pitching like crazy right now, dude.
You guys know what this whole thing is, right?
Go for it.
Well, you know that Angel Soft literally is taking a Super Bowl commercial to give you a Potty-tunity. A lot of people are always glued to this TV, especially on Super Bowl weekend.
Yes.
For all the ads, the game, of course. Well, Angel Soft's taking the opportunity, or should I say Potty-tunity, for you to go and take a bathroom break during their commercial. Nothing will be aired but a little Angel Soft floating around to give everyone that break that's a necessity during the big game.
Interesting. Wow. So many people watch the Super Bowl commercials, maybe more intently than the game itself. And Angel Soft is now saying, let's use our period of time that we have bought with our hard-earned money and give everyone an opportunity, a Potty-tunity to go take a break. Interesting.
Yeah. That's just people helping people.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny, really. I mean,
I don't know.
We've all had that.
Yeah,
we've all had that moment in our life where
understood. Yeah,
you needed it.
You got to go. Julian Edelman, everybody. There may be he's a team player, even though there's an I in Julian. Back here on the Rich Eisen Show Radio Network, we are joined by a Super Bowl champion multiple times over, an MVP, and the man who, courtesy joining us of Angel Soft, the great Julian Edelman. I've now introduced you to the radio audience as well. So, Julian, watching these playoffs and hearing that the Chiefs have favor, potentially from a certain striped-wearing individual. I'll be honest, Julian. I've heard this story before of a dynastic team being a dynastic, but people not maybe giving them the full flowers they deserve because they think there's a thumb on the scale in their favor with the referees. Would you happen to know which dynasty I might be referring to in that regard, Julian Edelman? You want to take a guess who that would be?
Yeah. The Steelers?
No, not going that far back. Yours. That Brady... all you got to do is breathe on him. Anybody else gets taken down, and there's no penalty. Brady gets breathed on. If you get touched, if Julian Edelman gets touched, here comes the flag. Your guys could just be draped all over everybody, and there's no flag. This doesn't sound familiar to you at all? Not at all?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, but it's apparent when you're on top, everyone wants to try to bring you down. It's a bunch of baloney.
Nice.
That the league is helping the Kansas City Chiefs. If you got a problem with it, go beat them. Okay, the refs aren't involved in when you throw interceptions, when you fumble the ball, when you jump off sides, when you don't convert third down or fourth down or third and fourth down for short 4 times. They can't control that. Like, if you want to beat them, go beat them. Don't talk about it. Be about it. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say that about the Chiefs.
Did you? And you did hear that, though.
We don't know. He's the face of the league. Okay, if it's close and you have to think about it, just stop. Okay, you got to do business as business is being done with the referees. We all have scouting reports on each ref crew on how they like to throw the game. You learn about it during that first part of that game. If they're calling it tight, you tighten back. If they're not, you just hope that they're consistent throughout the whole thing, which they usually are. And yes, they miss calls and they do these things, and there's bad calls here and there. But there's a handful of roughing the passers for guys that don't even have a resume that you looked at this year that got the call. If it's close, leave it alone. Yeah, they'll probably have to address that sideline awareness stuff, but these whole graphics about, oh, they get the call and they don't get the call. They don't give the call to them because they're coached better.
Julian Edelman here on the Rich Eisen Show, everybody. So when you're watching these Chiefs, how do they remind you of you and your teams back in the day, Julian?
They're situationally tight. You watch them on third down. You watch them in the red area. You know, a lot of these games, when you get to this time of the year, they're not won by the team that makes the most plays. Yeah, that's part of it. It's usually the team. Well, it's always the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, and that's what they do. They play mistake-free. They play situationally tight, and they lull you to sleep, and then they beat you when they need to. And that's stuff that we used to do. So, you know, it's been fun to watch them because, you know, hey, that's how football is supposed to look. A lot of these teams that are sloppy, penalties, turnovers, abandoning their run game when things get tough, trying to go for 2-point conversions in the second quarter, like that's you. That ain't them. That's you.
So how did you guys approach the game in a manner, and obviously it helps to have folks like you and Belichick and Brady, Gronk, I get it. But how do you think knowing what you guys did, Mahomes wasn't maybe yet really Mahomes, but you're part of one of only 2 teams to go into Arrowhead and beat Mahomes. What do you think the Eagles can affect based on what you were able to do back in the day, Julian? If there's any connective tissue here that could be drawn.
I think they got to do what got them to this point in the season. They're going to have to establish a run. It's very apparent that when that run game goes, it opens up everything else. It's also apparent that their drop back pass game for Philadelphia isn't, you know, where it should be for a Super Bowl winning team. But when you have a guy like Saquon Barkley, who's got, you know, he had 8 touchdowns in this playoff run, 9 touchdowns in this playoff run, like that's an X factor. They're going to have to play penalty free. They can't turn the ball over. You know, we talk about the last time these 2 teams played in the Super Bowl. You know, Jalen Hurts had such a great game, didn't they? I mean, he fumbled the ball and they scored on that. Like you can't go in and think you're gonna beat the champs, who are a historically mistake-free team right now, thinking you could go out and turn the ball over and squint up when things get tough, because they're not going to. They're used to being uncomfortable. I think that the Eagles are going to have to play a perfect game.
Julian Edelman here on the Rich Eisen Show. There's so many different ways I can go with you with our remaining time here. Okay, so you catch the go-ahead touchdown in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. And we all know what happened on the goal line after that to make that the eventual game sealing touchdown, Julian. If I had told you amidst the confetti that one day Tom Brady would be a part owner of a team conducting a coaching search and his first hire would be Pete Carroll, you would have said what to me, Julian?
I would say he's getting a guy that has a lot of continuity, that knows this league.
All right.
Who's won in college and in the National Football League, who's a stable coach, who has a pedigree, who has a resume, that has a lot of energy. That's what I would tell you. And that's exactly what Pete Carroll is. You know what you're getting with him. You're going to have a well-coached team that has a lot of energy, that talks about the ball. That's a ball-hawking team. Everything's about the ball. A ball-hawking team. Everything's about the ball. I mean, that's all you know about Pete Carroll. And, you know, I think it's a good hire.
You do like it?
I like it.
Okay. And what if I told you that night that one of the reasons why Belichick wouldn't be hired by Brady is because he was the coach of University of North Carolina?
I'd tell you you're crazy.
Now that
10 years ago.
Crazy. Now you would have told me I'm crazy.
That
right?
was 10 years ago. NIL wasn't there 10 years ago. If there was ever a time for it to make sense, it would probably be right now, where college football landscape is. You know, it's basically the minor leagues of the National Football League now, where, you know, free agencies, the transfer portal, the draft is high school kids. So I think there's a lot more similarities to pro football and college football now than there ever has been. So it makes more sense now than it would have 10 years ago.
All right. What are you doing for Angel Soft? I know you mentioned it for the television side of things, but now that we got our big audience with our radio coming back in with our Roku audience, go for it, man.
Angel Soft's giving everyone a Potty-tunity, or I say, I'm sorry, an opportunity to use the restroom during the Super Bowl. They're taking out a commercial ad space to give everyone the opportunity to go use the restroom. We're all glued to the TV for all the commercials and, of course, the game. Angel Soft's using that commercial to allow you to go use the restroom. Angel. Oh yeah, my little angel girl. She's a cutie.
That's That's the mascot, right?
For the radio people, you can't see her, but if you saw her little beautiful face, that little Jerry curl thing that she's got, a little flip up, the little halo behind her.
Yeah.
Boy, does it make you just want to melt.
What a great idea, basically, to say, hey, listen, we're gonna create a commercial to allow everyone to go to the bathroom, courtesy of Angel Soft, and hopefully, we assume that product will be in said facility.
Oh, it definitely will be.
Okay.
I think it's a known fact that Angel Soft's in 99% of all bathrooms.
Potty-tunity is what it's being called. Potty-tunity instead of opportunity. That's why you went potty-tunity. I got it. Very good. angelsoft.com/potty-tunity. Or follow all of Angel Soft's socials to get ready for it. I don't know if I've ever asked you this. The Boston knee party play, the catch that you made in your Super Bowl win. What was that like in the play? Well, no, I've heard of it. I've never asked you. Walk me through the play. Like, did you know what it was coming to you? And how you handled it, the ball was there. Were you literally thinking in the middle of it, my God, this catch keeps going on and on? Like, I don't think I've ever asked your perspective on that.
Yeah, so we were going through situations that week in practice. We had that play call in there. I believe it was bunker or something. And I have a middle read, 2 safeties. I keep it thin to the near upright. And we hit that play like twice in practice. We had great execution. So anytime you do that, and a call is played, I knew Tom was going to come to me. So that play, going to that play, I was like, he's probably going to come to me. I got cover 5, 2-man. I'm going to bop him at the top. Unfortunately, that was like our 90th play of the game, and I ran a terrible route. I made like a banana. And the worst thing you could see on 2-man is when the inside leverage corner who's trying to funnel you to that safety turns and looks back for the ball, because that ball is going to be on a line. Once I saw that, I went into panic mode, put my foot in the ground, tried to break it up, or the game would have been over. And then one thing led to another. I ended up making the catch, but terrible route. Needed some Angel Soft because I may have pooped my pants.
Nice.
During watching the DB turn his eyes back to the quarterback on a cover 5 seam, but we got the job done. So crazy play.
I appreciate you working your sponsorship into the answer. That's why you're next level, Julian. That's why you are who you are. What did Brady say to you when you got back to the huddle after that? Anything?
What did he? I think he just said, "Yeah, babe. Yeah, babe. Let's go. We got to finish it." Oh,
nothing like the route. Nothing like he just moved on.
You know what? If a play works and you do something completely wrong on how it was installed or a coaching point, now if it works, no one says a thing to you. But if I were to have had an interception on that play,
right,
probably would have been MF'd, and I would have had to use Angel Soft to wipe up my tears.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Edelman.
I'm watching it right now. It was a terrible route.
No,
I don't know what you were doing.
This guy.
Banana route.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, I mean, you certainly stuck the landing. No doubt about it. Am I seeing you in New Orleans? You going? You going to be there?
I'm going to New Orleans. I'm covering the game with Fox. We got a 3-hour pregame coverage I'm excited about that. It's going to be fun to talk about the Super Bowl for the first time at the Super Bowl.
Have you never done that yet? Wait a minute.
Not with a network.
Okay. I thought you've been with Fox long enough that this might be your second Super Bowl, but this is your actual lining up with a broadcast team to do this thing. That's
I've been
cool.
with Fox for 2 years. We didn't have. I think another network had it last year.
Okay.
So now that we have this year as Fox team, now we all get to come in and throw and spit some dimes and knowledge. I don't know. I think there's a couple special guests. I don't know. I'm
sure. And the fact that Brady's calling it and you and Gronk are part of different pre-games and posts and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Good to chat with you, brother. Always
great
to
see you guys.
I'll see you down there.
See you, buddy.
I'll see you down there.
All right, boys.
You got it. That's Julian Edelman right there, the Super Bowl MVP, and also an Angel Soft MVP right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.